don't understand anything. You wake up in the morning, they tell you are this and you agree. Believe me, there is no strangulation worse than that. I say a people without their history. A people without their history, they are like a tree without a root. They are being blown by every wind of doctrine. The best thing for anybody, the best thing for any group of people, the best thing for any breed of people is for them to be able to understand who they are. Know thyself. Know thyself. Because this is the only thing that will ensure our survival as a people in the end. And so on this segment, considering the fact that a lot of people are working very hard to ensure that our blood lineage is bastardized and our identity taken away from us, we must go back to our root to be able to understand who we are and appreciate what our ancestors has done on our behalf before now. They may look as if they are irrelevant, but soon you will understand how important they are. We must go back to our root. Everything that we are, everything that we shall be, if we cannot link them back to our ancestors, they are fake and as good as nothing. And of course, having said that, you must delete it from your mind that your ancestors are evil. Because they are not. They are among the best breed of Homo sapien that walk on this planet Earth. And our topic this evening is the danger and the benefit of preserving the family tree. We've taken time in one of the series in this study, to talk about the family tree. The need why everybody must make sure they trace their genealogy back. Because as far as we do not know this tree, it will be easy for them to bastardize our blood lineage. The greatest thing they have taken from us is not the oil well, but our identity. But as far as the family tree is intact, it's impossible for anybody to conquer you as a people. A lot of people may not be proud to accept that this is who we are, because inferiority complex has actually destroyed the very fabric of their existence. Having said so, we must understand the need why the family tree must be preserved and the danger that it opposes on us if we fail to preserve our family tree. Our ancestors were able to preserve the family trees. We are also going to consider the method of doing that. How can we preserve the family trees? In this study, we are going to focus on the danger of not preserving the family tree, as well as the benefit of preserving the family trees. Number one, what you must know about the family tree from a contemporary Nigerian state. In Nigeria, for instance, you have three nations concocted into one entity called Nigeria. And it is important we understand the role family tree has played, the benefit and the danger. They all oppose before us. We start by the Yoruba. Those of you who followed at the beginning, the music I played is coming from Akampa in Cross River State. And now, some will consider it from Enugu or somewhere else. It is just simple Atelogo dance. But the Yoruba cultural song doesn't sound that way. The Hausa Fulani traditional music doesn't sound that way. The question is, how did he get that way? Who taught the Abo man Atelogo dance? Who taught the Igbo man Atelogo dance? And who is teaching the Akankwa? Who is teaching the Igbo Burua man? But of course, they have worked hard to take away our identity. They have worked very hard to divide us. But this is the time where we have to understand who we are as a people and begin to work towards reuniting as a people and understand the benefit of it and the danger of it. When Nigeria exhibits an act of wickedness against you, it is because you have failed to understand this secret, which they know. Let us go to the Yoruba. What you must know about their family tree. The Oduduwa family tree, you have three types of it. You have the original tribe of Oduduwa. All Yoruba are not the same. All Yoruba are not the same. They have three family trees. You have what we will call the original Yoruba. These are the things they don't tell you. The moment they say, Omoduduwa lele you, all of them gather under one umbrella. But they are not the same. As I'm talking to you, Yoruba minority are being destroyed. Under the guise of one Nigeria. You have the original Yoruba, which are the Ife. And in a modern day, you have the Yoruba, which blood have been bastardized. There are Yoruba in Benin. There are Yoruba blood in Benin. So they have three stages of family tree. When Yoruba are counting their ancestors, they count Yoruba that are not Yoruba. Some of them are in Benin. Their blood lineage have been bastardized. You have Yoruba that migrated from Ife. These are two breeds. And then you have Yoruba that their lineage have been destroyed. They are Fulani. They answer Muhammad name. You see somebody from Yoruba answering Arab name. Answering complete Arab name. But it's a Yoruba. They didn't manage their family tree. When they begin to answer certain name, Arab versus Arab, Yusuf Mohammed, supposedly Yoruba, that breed is lost. It will amaze you that about 45% of Yoruba population have lost their family tree because Islam have consumed them. That is why when Yoruba are playing their politics, there are Yoruba that are very confused. But at least we can say that about 50% of them maintain their family trees. But the remaining 5%, they don't even know where they are coming from. Their blood lineage have been bastardized. Some of them are in Kwara State. Some are in Kogi State. Some are in Edo State. But I can assure you they cannot link themselves back again. And so we look at the second one, which is the Arewa family tree. The Arewa family tree have two types. You have the bastardized blood lineage and you have the Islamic blood lineage. It is unfortunate that from the Arewa extraction, 80% of their family tree have been divided. You hardly see anybody from the north answering Hausa name, Gwari name, Nupe name. Their family tree have been destroyed. They did not preserve it. 90% of the Arewa answer name from Saudi Arabia, name from Iran, name from Kuwait. So who is their father? Is their father from Kuwait? Is their father from Iran? But God knows, no. Their family tree was destroyed. Even the Hausa may have succeeded in preserving their language, but their lineage is gone. The same danger is threatening Britain. Gradually, the name Muhammad is taking over the name being answered in United Kingdom. But I won't go to that way this evening. And so as far as the Fulani is concerned, their family tree have been destroyed. And because these people do not know where they are coming from, only Fulani maintain their family tree. In fact, Fulani is the same thing because they answer Arab name. They are not Arab, they are Fulani. They are not from the Middle East, they are from Africa. So what is their father's name? But of course, their identity has been stolen from them. Now, I want you to understand something from the Yoruba and the Fulani most especially. They want the same thing to happen to us. All of them keep converting you and changing your name. And the moment your name is changed, that is the end of it as a people. And then you come to the Biafran extraction. We have only one family tree, and it remains. Those who are compromising know the truth. A lot of Biafran people do not answer their father's name again. But they are the only one who is destroying this family tree. I see a lot of Biafran, their name is Johnson Joe. This is supposedly an Akwa Ibom man answering Johnson Joe. And then there is another Igbo man answering Linda Sandra. And then there is another Enugu man answering Michael Paul. But I want you to probe them beyond that individual. You will see their parents don't even know the name they are answering. But of course, there are a couple of them who have changed their name because they want to metamorphose. But we all understand that for you to trace us back, you go by your father's name. This family tree must be preserved, and nobody should allow. Biafrans must hold to it firmly, because this is all that we have left. The danger of not preserving the family tree. If you compromise with this culture of family tree, this will open access for the enemy to bastardize your blood lineage. Today, our leader Mazi is able to reunite the Biafran people because our culture are still intact. The Ijaw man is still the Ijaw man. The Igbo man still remain the Igbo man. The Akwa Ibom man still remain the Akwa Ibom man. The Urobo man, the Shekiri man, everybody still remain original. Imagine how hard they are working to make sure our name change. And then maybe somebody who used to answer Ukechukwu is now answering Abdullahi Okenkwo. How does it sound to you, Abdullahi Okenkwo? And so many of the Biafrans in Nigerian army answering our name that have been killed, you will not know that they are Biafrans. He exposed you to danger that enables them to bastardize your blood lineage. Because by the time they publish it, yes, one Abdullahi Morufu have been killed. How will you know if it's Yoruba? How will you know if it's Hausa? How will you know it's Fulani? How will you know it's Biafran? If you fail to protect this family tree, we are gone as a people. Of course, it has its disadvantage. Before now, when they want to target Biafrans, they say there is robbery in Lagos. They put a Biafran name. There is kidnapping in Abuja. They put a Biafran name. But IPOB led by Mazi having confronted them with this issue today, reverse has become the case. You hardly hear Igbo kidnapper now. You hardly hear Igbo ritualists. All of them now, when it comes to kidnapper, you see it's Fulani, Hausa Fulani. But all of them, when they mention their name, you think they are from Saudi Arabia, where you hear Shekau. Shekau is from where? Abdullahi is from where? When you hear Kwankwaso, where are they from? You know that they are Saudi Arabia. Their identity, their family tree have been destroyed. Go and check the record of all the ritualists now. You will see they are all Yoruba. And so the distinction, the battle line have been drawn. It is obvious to Nigeria now that we are being blackmailed. But if we bear the same name with them, we answer the same name with them, all the atrocity they have committed, they would have placed it on us. Do not destroy the family tree. If IPOB should wake up one day and change their name, and then everything IPOB have done from day one is destroyed. I remember when Nigerian came out and they say IPOB have been proscribed. A lot of people suggested, let's change the name. But that would have meant that we have compromised. And what stopped them from proscribing that same name you want to change to? And our leaders stand put and say, we are IPOB. We are Biafran. The same way it is. The moment you begin to compromise to change your father's name, the danger is that you have opened the door for them to bastardize your blood lineage. There are a lot of our brothers who have started answering Islamic name. You will never know they are your brother. And of course, you know what will happen at the end of the day. Number 2, the absence of family tree creates chaos. There will be lack of unity. And a society that is driven without purpose. Without a family tree, there will be chaos. If you look at all the problem in Fulani land, something happened. That is why they are killing everybody. Nobody even know who is killing who. The only thing that is cleared in the north is that any attack from Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen, Miati Allah, from the north, you know it is targeted against the minority of the north. That is the only thing you can know. All of them answer the same name, Arab name, foreign name. The point now is they don't have family. They don't have sense of family. Do you know Buhari don't know his mother and his father before he died? Do you know Atiku have to go in to look for who to answer his mother? The person Atiku says his mother is not Atiku mother. There was a history that Atiku was adopted. But when the issue of Atiku not being a Nigerian came up, Atiku went to employ a mother. Because 90% of the Northerners don't even know who their father is. Because they gather their women in an IDP camp. And anybody can go and pregnant them. And that is why when they born you in Gote, you become Dangote. Who is Dangote father? Have you seen our man talking and say, according to my father? Because 90% of them don't have father. Only the one that intermarry can say, my father say. They don't have father. They born you under bridge, you are damn bridge. They born you under mango tree, you are damn mango. They born you under Uju Eleba, you are done Uju Eleba. They don't have family. And that is why, despite the fact that they know they have lost everything, the only thing they can do is to gather around and say, since we have lost, we will destroy these people. And we are following them. They can only conspire to kill us because they want to feed their stomach. But they are gone as a people. They will keep killing themselves. When Fulani herdsmen, the Fulani finish killing the Plateau people because their target now is Kaduna and Plateau State. And when they are done with them, they go to the next tribe. More than 75% of the minority in the north, their land have been taken over by the Fulani. The ones they give 3 plots, Fulani have taken 1 million plots. But I can only pray they wake up and save themselves. Gwari man, you are not Fulani. Fulani is bastardizing your blood lineage. Watch out, you will see. Nupe man, you are not Fulani. Fulani is bastardizing your blood lineage. They are deleting you people. Adamawa, you are not Fulani. If you like, follow them. They will finish you. Fulani is Fulani. They are gone as a people. Where do they even come from? Where is Futajalon? Because everywhere they will claim they come from, they are chasing them around the world. And British government see them as a willing tools. He that is down fears no fall. They have nothing to lose. They are wanderers. And they don't want to wander again. But this is their cause. It's nobody's fault. And now they want to turn you to wanderer. They have nothing to lose. If you chase them out of Nigeria, certainly we will chase them out of Nigeria. Go to another country and start. Nigeria is not the first person they are being used to kill their people. But of course, all of you will suffer because your family lineage have been destroyed. Save yourself. Today, Biafrans are the only people whose family tree is still being maintained. And they are helping to pregnant most of our sisters, changing their name. A Fulani man answering Igbo name. If he lie, let him speak Igbo. Remains a Fulani. A Fulani man answering Igbo name. If he like, he remain a Fulani. Let him speak Igbo. And the moment these people comes in, they bastardize your blood lineage. Now, let's consider the benefit of preserving the family tree. If you preserve the family tree, it helps to maintain blood lineage, which will at the end foster love, peace, and unity. Today, I cannot marry my sister. Neither can my children marry my sister because we forbid it. If we follow our culture, before you get married, they say, who is your father? You tell them. People go and find out who your father is. I know many people married to their sister today. They are telling them it doesn't mean you have found a wife, but it's abomination. How would they know who your father is when you are answering a smiler? Or when you are answering Martin Morrison? You end up marrying your own sister or your own brother. And I tell you, it can only bring evil into the family. Now, let me digress a little bit. There are news that some fathers sleep with their daughter. Most of the women know that I'm saying the truth. If you are a woman, your father supposedly has slept with you. That man is not your father. There are news that some sons sleep with their mother. These things are happening. That woman is not your mother. There are news that some brothers and sisters sleep together. They are not the same. Blood don't stand for blood. So if you are a man or woman, supposedly brother and sister, you are having carnal knowledge of yourself. There is no demon there. Don't let Yoruba to deliver you that you are a demon or you are possessed. You are not possessed. You and that your supposedly brother are not from the same father. But if you are the same father, the same mother, the same blood, no matter how beautiful, how sexy or romantic your blood sister can look, your body can't stand. Your body can never stand, can never move for your sister. And so when your body start moving for your brother or sister, know that your mother have done abomination. But this is the bitter truth. You are a father. When you see your daughter, your body move. Humble yourself. Ask your wife, where did you bring this daughter? Because it doesn't happen. Blood lineage have been bastardized. And so when we say keep them, keep your family tree. Some of you have discovered this truth, but you cover it. You are bastardizing the blood lineage. But some, they discovered it. Those kind of children, they take them far. They take them far. There is a way they manage them, because they are the one that bastardize the blood lineage. But the moment the blood lineage is in order, there is love, there is unity. Even though there is misunderstanding in the family, they don't go killing themselves. So if you're able to keep your family tree, it's beautiful. I enjoy such benefit. When I come, I say, I am the son of Onyeibe. They say, which of the Onyeibe? Because there are so many. And I begin to describe and describe and describe. And they know who I am. At the end of the day, they know whether they will open door for me or they will not open door for me. And of course, if it's Onyeibe family, you must open door. Because there is no story of concussion in our blood lineage. We run across different communities in Abo. But Onyeibe remain Onyeibe. But how many families still know themselves? For instance, we have Dim Chukwuemeka. He has his father who is Ojukwu. We have his father. Their blood lineage is kept. But if they don't know, one of them will come and destroy it. Okukano. You see our leader blood lineage going that way. And in the future they say, which of the Kano are you talking about? And the moment they discover that, oh, he's our uncle, he's our auntie, he's our related, the process of unity becomes easy. And so the benefit of keeping the family tree is that it helps us to protect our blood lineage, fostering peace and unity among us as a people. The moment this truth is missing, the moment you allow them to take care of you, you begin to quarrel yourself. Look at the Shekiri people now. Yoruba have finished brainwashing them. The majority of them now say they are from Yoruba. And the majority of them are said, no, they are not Yoruba, they are not Shekiri. And there is a long age dispute between Yoruba and Shekiri. Most of you don't know. This is because somewhere along the line, they allow the family tree to be compromised. When somebody come out and say it's Olu of Wore, that is a concocted name. Nobody like that. Olu of Ishekiri. This is fake name. What we know is Nana. But that family tree have been destroyed. And so Yoruba can come in easily and bastardize them. And I must use this opportunity to call the Ijaw in Ondo State. We have not forgotten you. All of you are coming home. Because you are a Biafran. The Ijaw in Ondo State refuse to allow their blood lineage to be bastardized. Even though it is being weakened. Because some of them will answer like Urike Fetunde. But yet their ancestral names still remain there. But if they have allowed the Yoruba to take over their central name, most of you will not know that inside Ondo State there are Ijaw people there. Of course, all of them are coming home. Number 2 benefit of maintaining this family tree is prosperity, because it is vision driven. We can learn from Nnewi. Nnewi are people who continue to prosper, because it looked like one of the community among one of the example of community in Biafra land where they love themselves. If I have studied about any tribe in Biafra land, I think I know more of Nnewi people. Because how did I know? I work with one of them, and there were times they were having problem. And one of my colleagues say, no mind this Nnewi people. Oh. I say, how do you mean? He said, if you touch one Nnewi man, you are fighting the whole Nnewi without knowing. They will not come out. But as far as it's Nnewi man, Nnewi anywhere in the world is part of that problem. You can see why they prosper, if not more than all the tribes in Biafra land. You can see. This is because their family tree is intact. You have Umuneri and Aguneri, for instance. Umuneri and Aguneri, who are supposed to be very close family. Do you know that the greatest massacre within Biafran versus Biafra happened between Muneri and Aguneri. Because some people came from Israel, whether they were sponsored by British government or God knows where. They start testing their DNA. Start running some abrakatami brakata. And maybe one Muneri or Aguneri say, oh, you are not Biafran, this is the original. Who told them that? It's just a little misunderstanding, bad information given to them about their blood lineage, about their family tree. Muneri and Aguneri fought. They killed each other. But we thank Chukwuka Abiyama who made this, who settled these differences. And so if you manage your family tree, you don't kill your person. There are some Kogi people now fighting Anambra. There are some Anambra fighting Kogi people. Igala people, I mean. But these are relatives. These are cousins. Why? Because Nigeria has told Igala, no, you are not Biafra, oh, you are not tenant. Igala Kwano, not tenant. The moment the family tree is touched, it brings disunity. And when the family tree is preserved, it brings unity. Today, everybody knows the truth. And it is easy for us to come together as one. In other words, no matter what we discuss this evening, we didn't come from the same place with Yoruba. Yoruba did not come from the same place with Hausa, Fulani. God has set it that way. Not because we are not all black. We are all black. God have a reason for even changing our animal. The shape of our fowl is not like that of our fowl, chicken. The way our Fulani cow look, it's not even the way our cow look. And if you say it's racist, why did God change it? Do you know the cow from Holland does not look like the cow in Africa? Do you know that the cow in India look different from the cow in Australia? But for reasons, God allowed it to be that way. And so now I hope you understand why every Biafra must go home and begin to rebuild the family tree. If you are a Gala Biafran, be proud of who you are. If you are Igbo Biafran, be proud of who you are. If you are Akwa Ibom Biafran, be proud of who you are. Do you know that in Biafra land there is no community more united than the Akwa Ibom people? Do you know that it's very difficult to see Akwa Ibom person answering English name? Do you know that Akwa Ibom people are the people who protect their family tree more than every tribe in Biafra land? Because I can assure you that 99.9% of Akwa Ibom people don't play with that lineage. You begin to hear Ntorumbo. Begin to hear wonderful Akwa Ibom name. And now you know why they are more united than every other tribe in Biafra land. You will see that outside the Igbo Biafrans, there is no other tribe responding to this restoration project more than the Akwa Ibom people. Because in the first place, nobody can divide them. They know who they are. When they say Anamia, they know what they are saying. We can learn from them tonight. And I tell you, at the end of the day, recovering ourselves would not have taken this long. Because as we still speak today, don't make any mistake to think that all is well. Some Biafrans are still struggling to find their way back to their roots. But we must start this by doing the right thing. And to do the right thing is to go back to your root. I do not know how to explain further for you, but hopefully you will be guided by the Creator to understand why every one of them answered the name according to covenant, not according to their colonial master. In fact, some people were rejected or their deed was forgotten because they changed their name. Joseph, for instance, when he got to Egypt, they changed his name. And when he had children with the Egyptian woman, he didn't give Israel name to those children. And that is why they were not choosing. Daniel, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego changed their name. which is family tree. That is why outside their deed, their lineage is cut off. But Daniel continued living because he refused to change his name. Though they gave him name, but he stood by his name. I'll be back in a minute. Without wasting much of our time, we will be going to our correspondent from Igala studio. Reporter from Igala studio, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me?
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please. The world is listening.
Thank you very much. Abu Migala Magba. Ugwa kichile chakadu. Ugbuduke deke ni tirumi ajoy. Edom shebo. Nadu gwanwe. Uduke jeke fu. Tun radio. Radio Biafra. Yakolai. Oja denyo we chakadu. Umyuna kolai. Udu wiko Gregory Amigu. Dabodo wewe. Kutuyefu ujo Biafra de. IPOB. Lọ́dọ̀ 2015 gbogbo atinrin òtítí fún ó látẹ̀rẹ̀ yúbin ìlú ìṣẹ́lẹ̀ àwùkì Nàìjíríà ọ̀nà àkùmàdú àtẹ́lẹ̀ màfú àṣetẹ́ mádìdókà àkínú náà àṣín ẹ̀hún kìí ṣe wé wa màmúdú gbàmàdú ṣe ma ìnẹ̀hún dúkà nẹ̀kọ́ ìfì Nàìjíríà àkọ́ ẹ̀gbà kì Nàìjíríà kìí ṣáà ní gbogbo atinrin nínú òun rí àkíní ẹ̀hún àdìdọ̀ ejumomi ohun isewa abigala turuka defi jole Nigeria togba ti bokide yalo ini le duka na ifun turuka na achoguba ugbodu ke dajo eke gbukola wa ku ete radio Biafra kanwa abokibo tudu kuma pane kuma le tugbodu kuma kanwa boa akini eko egba ka tete John ojane Nigeria gide in le duka ne kwefun mafua date ene aduma mwadu chaduma in the position duka ne galan I mean the kulo jane gala ki di Nigerian aba akini ki constitution ki recognize akini ele ochu ekmadu bo akini yike egbo ehun sete Nigeria taki Nigeria wa techi ojane igala oyikodufi Lokoja o aka be British mawa Lokoja mawa o machane kulo project Nigeria o janele o mama to nini enyini ine duki gboja igbukola igalan ine duki recognize igala no jane o Nigeria enwu chete o kan ke gbogbo jane Nigeria gide yalo nati ni kuwe kanwa ine ne duki nile kwefu Nigeria o mekete gbogbo atimi no so magba na adonwe uweke domo ngbodu ke dajo ke netiru kola radio Biafra na turu keje kedu kola gide kedu pogo ramu ne kanwa mo mayewe one kele pa onoble atini kanike de kajo rolawa ugbo kanike de waliwa kala nike no dolawa ka chemu koji poliwa ti Biafra iche nka wo please gide ka fu miss abe akini a chekuden adu ya chaluke tudu amena kechi Hausa Fulani mamu adu chadume ine ngudu kuma akpetuwan chaye kumaka kichela wa leba adu ya wa chogbele awon mayimi belira tudu ka fola mu ka du chen ogide pogora mo mayewa ka kanma aluki Biafra kiche important wale awon ma akini efa wa pan book madoka Biafra pan book madojane Biafra gide ko kitachi ele tanambara eli Biafra omo ele ti Akwa Ibom amile ele ta Akwa Ibom elio igala omo ele tanambara eli gala omo ele ti Delta eli gala omo amu bugde chaka doku mado akini ojane Biafra de inu bodukele temali igala omo mechanic ojane note Hausa Fulani ungbeda ligala omo inu godu kala ligala no ela leti ojanewa igala ngbodu dejuga akwara ni echakadu gojigo gbogbole eli oma igbo kidomo aja makumanya manya peacefully boju gbodu kan bogire de su apaye gini mata mo o ma wa ma bomb ma pa ochakawadu Fulani herdsmen everywhere please me for ka jojo ga dollar judo tuduka ko mukete tudu egba ke on gide ki ana wa che ka makumukete no Kakimudu umama ala bile kidabele wano magba menago I be to look more routine than I need to Biafra Grey could do to the other young one. Country can and kill our rune there. To the Jaka do Jani Gala in the Ojani Nigeria in the do kind of for no. Thank you, Judge Mazi George. I was telling my people recently I went home as I was trying to go about to tell my people concerning about Biafra. I discovered that a lot did not know what is going on about Biafra. And also, there is a particular group of people I met. I told them about Biafra. Some of them were arguing seriously with me that we are not part of Biafra, nothing like that. And I explained to them, bit by bit, how they are part of Biafra. And they got to understand that, yes, truly what I'm telling you is right. So, for you that is hearing me now, as an Igala man, wherever you are, I want to put it to you that you are a Biafra. You are even more Biafra than any other person. We have Biafra in Anambra. We have Biafra in Delta. Gala in Delta. Gala in Anambra. We have Gala in Edo. So these are the Igala the speaking Igala that are in this various state that I'm measuring. Then when you talk about, you will see the mystery. How Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unite us together. God have anointed that man to reveal the secret to us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has told us that at Obosi, we have a paramount role there called Ata of Igala. That boosts my morale. I go further to make research, and I discovered that what Nnamdi Kanu is saying are all true. If you go to Akwa Ibom, we have Ata of Oron, we have Ata of Eket. Are they not of our people? And we have Ata of Igala. What does that mean to you? These are our people. Before now, I did not know about this. It was when we go into this, we also have Ata in Imo State. One local government, we have Ata in Imo State. So what does that mean? It means that we are one. So anybody that tells you that you are not a Biafra, look at that person very well. And if you can convince that person, I beg of you, try as much as you can. Talk sense to them. Try to explain things to them, the necessity of this Biafra. Thank you very much, Mazi. I am very, very grateful for this opportunity to talk to my people this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We must continue. Yes, sir. At this moment, our lines are open. You are Biafran anywhere in the world. Biafrans in Edo State, Biafrans in Kogi State, Biafrans in Benue State, Enugu, Ebonyi, Imo, Abia, Bayelsa, Akwa Ibom, Delta. This is your season. Look for the nearest IPOB and join. And maybe you're finding it difficult. Send your name, your phone number, and location to this WhatsApp line. The nearest coordinator will contact you. And our WhatsApp line is 070 815 45642. 070 815 45642. Our direct line is 081 221 52971. 081 221 52971. And our special number for the female is 081 288 58614. 081 288 58614 is the special number for the female. Of course, the lines are open, and the caller on WhatsApp, your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, Mazi Onyeibe. Good evening from here. My name is Okechukwu Okoro. I'm from Ebonyi State, and they're calling from. I want to contribute about our brother who just speak right now from Igala. Yeah, because I can't blame some people, many of our Biafra people who claim that they are not part of Biafra, because it's a hand of hand of the British. Is a hand of the British people what they did in the only days, the time we war. So right now, it's difficult for many of our people to believe Biafra. But I thank God for our leader who has come out this day to let everybody and they know where they are coming from. This Igala, even in a state, some Igala would live. So in 90.
Of course, the Zoo Epileptic Network as always, but we must continue. We must work hard to make sure that our family tree is preserved. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, this is John Osugo Awe. I'm from Isoko speaking language. I'm from the Osipo community in the Biafra state. I speak Isoko language.
Go ahead, please, my brother.
I want to use this opportunity to speak Isoko to my people.
Go ahead.
Wa Isoko wado. Eseme merigwe. Ini me merigwe. Me John Osugo Awe. Mamo Sifo. No great Africa of Biafra. The best opportunity now to me to wipe out the Biafran. Abdul no. The Biafra we bobo. The Biafra we bo. My bobi na my we bona. My bobi na he Biafra. So me better one no papa man no is say. One brace your IPOB na. Because Gina Banana ha. But who yes. You know I wanna nabi say we follow Alina. And hope for people to know. And here are the people to know. Give me Miss Abel. The mommy is Abel. It's a Miss Abel. But what I people mind. I was telling my in Nigeria. Marvel in Nigeria, Nigeria, how you my if I marvel vote for me, all yelling marvel vote for me. Wow, I will pull a line. I said, Julian, I can yellow, but we buy a funny yellow so white. I beg your dress, near you are your father now, but let's go well. You wear Loya Bora, the moral Loya Bori, you can have a 1 year, 1 year, and the kind of better Koina. While you see, while you see, for having an you better talk mine, Africa for me better Koina, then you go back to your routine. They don't know. Yes. What must be able to say semi joy? When they say semi joy, and they say semi joy, will not get Komagaga, Mania Bobobe, because Gina Bananham, I be Pasatoko, I was Sasiko, you have one blood sacket to Isoko Gina Bonabaria, the maybe for Michael John, Giuseppe, Holy God, and a Bobina, I can see for my lanyard. So, maybe the one was Isoko, what Mamma always says. While no reserve, Remania Pro, Wagavizo and Mino. We now become a better commander. Wagavizo, Wagavizo, Bobina, Lemakumaku, my girl, and POB, say Biafra, because myself Biafra, mommy, the Euro, a mommy, the mommy school, Jersey, a very mammy, my Ugon and my own now, he's on the number of Nigerian Bobina, he go me, he go and no for me, no for me. Both for me, also, Biafra, now you want to every Nigeria, you know, this. What a boy, you go me, I have used you can my love. While on the while we spoke of Bobby, you never very Nigeria, you never about brother Bobby, while on the reserve, tell Bobby well off, why John IPOB, or no rest of why we spoke of. John almost to go out west, you almost people, but you know the or the people know the Masai Park, you tell the boat, the go base, the Masai accurate to meet you in Biafra, the Sabama local government. You can remember why we spoke. I don't know whether what John IPOB. ọ̀rọ̀ nìkan ìyáfi ìsókò nínú wà wá ọ̀sà àbí wà wí Yorùbá wà rọ̀ wíbò wà wà ní bìíní èyí bìíní wà gbóbìnà rẹ̀ ọ̀bùnà gbóbìnà máa wọ̀ the Biafra kékeré màá lọ́bẹ̀ opportunity nàbẹ́ ọ̀tà wà náà wà lọ́nà ọ̀rẹ́ Thank you, my African rep.
Thank you very much.
I thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk to my people this evening. I'm here in Asaba. I'm Aquareb unit for Asaba in Delta State. Delta State is Biafra land.
Confirm.
Thank you very much, sir. God be with you and be with our leader, Mazi and the deputy leader, the UTMF, and you, the African rep. I still thank God for our lawyers that they want to kill, but by the grace of Almighty God has rescued him because they plan to kill him. But Chukwu Kikadiama is the thought. I still thank our media, our media. I still thank them because they are doing a lot. Thank you very much. May God be with you all and be with all IPOBs all over the whole world. And God will give us our freedom. I pray.
I see. Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. My brother George Onyeibe.
Go ahead, please.
Good morning. I'm calling from India, Mumbai. Mazi George Onyeibe, I thank you so much. I will speak it in English. George Onyeibe, you see, this family tree is very, very necessary. Your topic trace me back to previously when I'm in Nigeria previously before. Do you know some of these Igala people, this divide and rule caused a lot of problem in this our Eastern region. Do you know these people demarcate all these things, put knife in what held all of us together, bring enmity, bring division. Do you know there is a time these Igala people we have the same common culture, common belief, common norms and values. Do you know, I could remember there's one guy called I can remember the English name of the guy, James. He's from Igala. Do you know when I'm speaking with this guy, as of it is happening between 2:11 to 12. I'm talking with this guy based on Igala and the Igbos. He said, no, we are Igalas, we are not North, but we are Igala. I told him there's no difference between Igala, Calabar, and the Eastern Legion. All of us is called Eastern Legion previously. But when creation of state, they break everybody. Even if they want to even break the soccer away from any state. As I continue arguing with this guy, telling him the right part, your women, I told the guy, see, let me bring you back to culture. He said, okay. I told him, your women tie lapper. He said, yes. I told him, your women, before they introduce their daughter or before a man come to marry their daughter, first introduction, the man will come with her and call her out. He said, yes. When when the man brings the cowrie, how do people do it? Is it not take a little from it and return all to the man and tell the man, we are giving you this woman not for because of money, but we are giving you this woman just to take care of her and make sure there's unity. After explaining everything to this guy told me, yeah, we are all the same. George Onyeibe, I thank you so much. This topic, family tree, is very, very necessary. Even some people, there's one of my girlfriends then in Nigeria, she's still in Nigeria, will say to me, do you know, this girl told me things about our people and their people. You know, their people prefer getting marriage down to Eastern Legion, Calabar, Enugu, Anambra than marrying any Northerners. He told me if you come to their place, 70% of them are Christians. But the Muslims are intimidating them, claiming as if they say they are more people are more populated than them. But he told me many things, but not everything I can talk because many people on YouTube view their own opinion. But what I'm telling you, this family tree is very important, and I thank God most of them are getting what we are talking. If you talk with some of them right now, few of them that is educated, not useless education, they will tell you definitely we are all the same. It's just the division of state made everything different. Onyeibe, I thank you so much. I don't have much to say, but this topic is very, very necessary. Thank you so much.
We must
Good morning from you.
Yeah. Yes, a caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Good evening from here.
Good evening, sir.
Go ahead, Ada.
Sir, my name is Chidima Ajike. I am calling from Onyeibe in Iguacha. I am from Eden, Ohofia, in Ohofia, LA, Biafra land. Sir, I want to appreciate you for what you have taught us this evening. In fact, you always enlighten us all the days. I want to say, may God, Chiko Kikabiama, bless you and keep you in the mighty name of Chiko Kikabiama. You say, and sir, concerning what you have been teaching us today, concerning the family tree, what you said it is, as I can remember from my previous experience that I have when I went to collect my local government notification letter. As I went down to our village, to our king. So they now asked me, who am I? I have to start to explain myself. I told them that there is something that we used to call it in our dialect. I told them that and Akanko. So the king now opened his door and he started me, give me all kinds of refreshment. I was feel at home.
I wish you told your king that you are Sandra Martin. He would have repatriated you. Go ahead, please. And that your king must be a very good king.
So he now treats me as his own daughter. So this issue of family tree is very, very wonderful. I think that everybody should go back to their family tree and sort it out. Thank you. And my mom wants to talk to you.
Go ahead, please. Good evening, Ma, from here.
My name is Mienne. I'm from Edemon, Hafia. Concerning this family tree, we are teaching us these days. If you come to our house, we have a place. If you have problem with your fellow Eden, two of you will go there. You will now give history and your lineage from the fourth or fifth father. Then after that, if you know that what you are saying is true, there is a stone that you stand on, and then you give the story or the history. If you are lying before the end of the gathering, if you go to your house, you will die. But if what you are giving, the history that you are giving, is true, you will stand on that and tell all the truth, and the next person will come together. If the person knows what you said is true, they will trace back because you have already tell the truth and bring the lineage where you come from or that the other person comes from. You know how to. That's why we don't marry before. After the war, it was after the war when this Awusa Fulani came into Ohafia. That's why you can see Ohafia girl marrying Awusa or Fulani man, because in that year 1970, no hunger there is no food. So because of British sponsor Nigeria with all these things, that's why our women, our girls, by then, run to them and marry them. No matter they capture them with us. When we run into bush, when they say that the war has finished, everybody should come back to his or her house. On our way, the way of our stars coming back to their houses, all these alamajiri, they begin to force our girls and young ladies. They take them to their camp. This is how our Hausa women or girls marry them. But since then, this is how our girls begin.
Wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are, on the face of this very planet, as always, we welcome you to this very special end-of-year edition, the New Year's Eve edition of Radio Biafra, broadcast live and direct. Wherever you are staying out, where you are domiciled, where you are residing across the face of this very earth, the entire 24 time zones is carrying this very broadcast live and direct. You can join us on Facebook, you can join us on TuneIn. There is a plethora, an array of ways through which and by which you can participate in this very program this evening. We are on FM in Biafra land. We are on satellite. We are relentless. We are determined. We are not surrendering. We don't intend to, and we can never. There will be no retreat and there will be no surrender. The only movement we know is upwards and forwards. And that is why Biafra will come in our time. As I welcome you by saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, so do I expect you to welcome all those who are around you. You must bring your pen and your paper with you. You must do all you can within your powers to make sure that this very gospel is propagated to the ends of the earth, because contained within it is the very essence, is the very beginning of the crumbling of the damnable zoological republic. That very contraption created by the British called Nigeria. That very hopeless place, a Sharia territory, a territory of jihadis, a territory of killers, a territory of stark illiterates, those who are backward, never, ever to move forward. They are cursed. It is a cursed entity. And this evening, believe you me, we are going to unravel it. I do not know how many hours we are going to stay together, but I can assure you before we bring this program to a conclusion this evening, anybody who hitherto were in doubt as to the precipitous collapse of the zoo, such doubts will be consigned. It will be removed. It will be taken away. Never, ever, ever to resurface, not to reoccur in the hearts of those that want to see the light, those who want to see freedom. Therefore, I welcome each and every one of you. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, and by the very special grace of Elohim, Chukwukika Biama Prumi Yanina, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. Our job is to disseminate this very gospel. Our job is to preach it. Our effort is all geared towards the restoration of Biafra, and there is nothing any mortal can do to stop it. Even now, the zoo and their leadership is beginning to acknowledge, and they must know that they are in very serious trouble. We are not going to be placated with warm words about restructuring. We are not going to be moved from our position with mindless, or should I say, very vacuous assurances. We are determined and we are very resolute. The only thing we want is Biafra, nothing more, nothing less. People can decide amongst themselves to bring ridicule and shame to their ignorance. But insofar as IPOB is concerned, we are resolute, we are determined, we remain ever pure, both in heart, in spirit, and on this very temporal flesh. This very effort to restore Biafra is founded on the irresistible principle of scrupulous cleanness, whiter than white and whiter than snow. Therefore, we are unrelenting. Therefore, we are not, by any stretch of the imagination, going to trade this very noble effort for some sham restructuring. What we are interested in is the restoration of Biafra, and that is exactly what we intend to do. Before we proceed, I must please remind you to be mindful of the fact that you need your pen and your paper ready. Without your pen and your paper, there is no way you can learn. We have come to lecture. We have come to address humanity. We have come that those who are blind may see, that those who hitherto we are born and raised in ignorance may become enlightened, to understand their perilous state, to understand the hopelessness of Nigeria, and to do something about it, to extricate themselves from the hellhole that they find themselves in. This is Radio Biafran. Allow me to repeat that we are live and we are direct, and heaven is bearing us witness. That is a fact. There are those who may wish to stand upon what we have accomplished to perhaps relaunch their dead careers, but we can assure them that the path we have chosen is very arduous and very difficult. Only the pure at heart will be able to walk it. And that is exactly what this God-ordained IPOB is doing. Before we go any further, we must hand over our proceedings to heaven, to Chukwukika Biama Prumi Henine, the creator of the heavens and this very earth. On this very New Year's Eve, the very last day of the year, according to Gregorian calendar, we must understand that. What we are in for today is adhering to Gregorian calendar. It is not the calendar of the ancients. We must always remember that. But all the same, considering that all the areas of the world touched, or should I say tainted by Western influence, is observing it at the end of the year, and by virtue, we are obliged to do so. And we must pray to Chukwukika Biama, O Elohim in heaven, the giver of life and the giver of hope. You that have decreed that we will be alive in the land of the living to see this very day, not because we merit it, but because that is what only you have determined. We have come to the end of the year in the Gregorian calendar 2019. In all that we have been through, in all that we have endured, we give your name praise. We lift you up because there is no other like thee. In sickness and in health, we praise your holy name. In good times and in bad times, we adore thee. We remember those who are incarcerated. We remember those who were with us by this time last year who are no longer here. My parents amongst them. We remember those who have suffered, those who have lost limb, those who have lost a part of their body, those who are suffering, those who are in pain because of the restoration of Biafra. We are going through all this that your will may be fulfilled upon the lives of those that call upon thee morning, noon, and night, because we have no other than thee. There is no God elsewhere apart from thee. There is no other entity. There is no other befitting of praise and adulation except thee, O Elohim. You will listen to our prayers. You will deliver us from the hands of our enemies. You will hear us when we call upon thee. Although we mourn in our complaint and always complain and petition thee, because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked in the zoo called Nigeria, for they cast iniquity upon your children, and in wrath they hate those of us that speak the truth. Fearfulness and trembling have come upon some of your children, and horror has overtaken us. And we continue to say, oh, we wish we had wings like a dove, then we will disappear and leave all this Biafra restoration in the hands of those who are not worthy. But when, O Elohim, we wander off in our thought, we are lost in the wilderness, for only thee can direct us back through the path of truth and righteousness, that we may seek thee with clean conscience and a pure heart, so that Biafra may be restored. We will, O Elohim, escape the wind of evil in the zoo. For Biafra you have set apart as your own. You will destroy all those that have sought to destroy us in the past. You will destroy all those who are seeking to destroy your children. And all those who are seeking to divide us into South-South and Southeast, Niger Delta and the East, O Elohim, so will you divide their tongues. For we have seen violence in them, and we have seen their cities collapse. Horror shall befall them day and night. They will not know they are going out, nor they are coming in. For mischief and sorrow will dwell amongst them, because they harbor wickedness, deceit, and guile. For it was not an enemy from the north that we should fear, but those who are born within, or those that bear our names, those who sit and work for the enemy. All their work will come to nothing, for they will be destroyed. For we have devoted all that we are unto thee. For only you, Elohim, is our hope. Only you, O Heavenly Father, have we sought refuge under. For the zoo will fall. Nigeria will be seized by death and destruction, and they cannot escape it. For you have heard our cries and our affliction. For you, only you, abideth by the word that cometh forth from the mouth. For you have decreed that Biafra will come. And so we know, we hope, we pray, and we tirelessly work towards the restoration of your kingdom upon the face of this very earth. Because the words of your mouth are yea and amen. For you have proclaimed Biafra, so shall Biafra come in our time. For only you, Elohim, shall bring down into the pit of destruction the damnable zoological republic, that very Nigeria, bloody and deceitful, that you shall destroy in the days of the sons of men, like in our time, that Biafra may come and your name exalted, praised, adored, and worshipped forever and ever, we pray. He said, this evening, as I said earlier, if you do not have your pen and paper, you are missing a lot. This is a lecture, not just a broadcast, but a lecture. This evening we shall attempt to tell you about the origin, the genesis of the jihadi movement you have in Nigeria today. This very evening, or morning, or afternoon, or night, depending on where you are, you will come to the full realization that Nigeria is so hopeless that any attempt to sustain it will lead to further bloodshed, will lead to the jihadis gaining more foothold in the south. It will lead to the utter destruction of our way of life. It will mean that we will no longer exist as a people. Anybody championing or carrying this very burden of the preservation of one Nigeria, I can assure you they are working towards your destruction as a human being and as a race of people. This is the context. What I'm trying to do this evening is just a context so you can understand it. I will try not to be too grammatical because our grandmothers are listening. People who do not say English as their preferred language of communication, it is our responsibility and our duty to ensure that they grasp the essence of this very gospel this evening, because this is a gospel. A very important one at that. We need to build a better understanding of the mess we are all in and the desire of a supposedly Christian Britain. You must understand this. You must open your brain. You must open your mind. You must begin to digest what you are hearing this evening. This very gospel is important. Very, very important, because later on I will talk about what the president of Rwanda said about the way we reason. That is the only problem. But my happiness is now we are beginning to come alive. We are beginning to show signs of the ability to digest very complex information, analyze it, and be able to do something positive with it. You must understand that Britain is a Christian entity, supposedly. They colonized the place today you call Nigeria that never existed before. You all know this history. But tonight I want you to understand the implications of living inside something created by people who no longer worship God. What you're going through now in the zoo is a phase of slavery. It's very subtle, so you don't notice. It is the worst form of neo-colonialism. Britain cannot directly colonize to have access to our vast resources. What they did was they put a house nigger in charge. And they looked all around the zoo. They couldn't have picked Nnamdi Azikiwe because he's learned, albeit with his flaws. They couldn't have picked Awolowo because he was learned. They went to the north to hand over power to them, because they know that they are the Mazi, they are Janjaweed. They know they are jihadists. They know they are more preoccupied with implementing and fostering their primitive way of life on other people than to be concerned with the art of good governance. Art is A-R-T, please, not art. Art of good governance. You can never get it from them. We are going through a phase of slavery, using illiterate Muslim al-Majri in the zoo to hold everybody down in bondage. I give you a very simple example before we proceed very quickly. I want you to please tell me in which world you inhabit. will somebody like Onogen and all the learned people who are on the bench be relegated to the background and a Sharia judge appointed as the CJN? Somebody who cannot express himself, be it in Hausa or in English. Somebody who is not enough, doesn't even understand the law. A chief justice of a secular, supposedly secular nation, or should I say a secular contraption, arguing for the inclusion of Sharia in the constitution, which means that he doesn't even understand the constitution of Nigeria, which I will explain later on. By merely introducing Sharia into Nigeria, for Obasanjo to allow the 12 Arewa core North states to introduce Sharia, what they have done effectively is to amend the constitution without going to the National Assembly. You must understand the importance and the critical nature of this very aspect of political development in Nigeria. For them to have Sharia without going through the legislature in Abuja means that they have already tampered with the constitution outside the provisions of that same constitution that kept mentioning Sharia. I'm only giving you a bit of background. So when we proceed, you can anchor what you hear on all these very critical pillars that I have mentioned just this very moment. What you have in Nigeria is an alien socio-political arrangement of which the only beneficiaries are Fulani Al-Majiri. They are the direct beneficiaries of colonialism. You must understand this. Those who are benefiting from the years of slavery and suffering of the people of the South are the North. Britain never took Christianity to them. They refused. Boko Haram that you're seeing that says Western education is dangerous was exactly the same thing the North said to the white man when they first had contact. I'm sure that some of you are now familiar with the statements and pronouncements of Olusegun Obasanjo that said in fact, told all of you who were ignorant before how many years it took for the British to subdue Biafrans. You must understand the importance of that very statement. What they did was, Britain had to leave Nigeria. But for Britain to retain their control, their influence, to still be colonizing Nigeria till this very moment, they needed a house nigger to do the job for them. And who are those house niggers? They are the Alamajiri Janjaweed, the Fulani feudal laws you have in the north. While they were busy mouthing Western education is dangerous, when they first met the British, this was what I'm trying to do this evening is for you to understand that terrorism, Fulanization, Islamization, they are all one and the same. Supported by the Fulani ruling class. You must understand this very well. This evening I will attempt. I will unravel everything for the whole world to understand what is happening in that very zoo. Well, they were busy telling the white man then and people now that Western education is dangerous. After all, if it's not dangerous, why would they appoint an alkali to come and become the CJN of Nigeria, Chief Justice of the Nation? His only experience in law is Sharia. They told you they don't need education. Buhari, when he was alive, was not educated. Of course, I concede sometimes he can speak a bit of English. If you can